Well, good morning everybody. It's Thursday the 17th. I did get here. I have a little confession to make. Well, actually, I've already done a recording of setting the Nammajt 3 GT up 2 nights ago, and I didn't do any recording yesterday other than a little bit on my Fenix 7, and that was only a few basic setting up bits. I was just chilling out and relaxing in camp, as I do a lot these days. You could eat the rest. So we got here, we just chilled out yesterday. I think between Tuesday night and most of yesterday, I was basically watching Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime. I finished them all between Tuesday night and yesterday, Wednesday, and last night. I watched every single one. They were fascinating. They were very good. I mean, I enjoyed the Tom Cruise versions, I must admit. I mean, I quite like Tom Cruise anyway, but I must admit, this new chap, and I haven't read any of the books, but from what I hear, this new chap is better suited to the role, because apparently Jack Reacher is more of a 6 foot plus chap in the books, not a little sort of 5'8" Tom Cruise slim chap. But I must admit, I did enjoy that. So I was just doing that yesterday. The weather yesterday was shocking. It was quite windy. Not at all pleasant yesterday. So it wasn't even encouraging to get out. In fact, I whipped out at about 2 o'clock just to get some water. And it wasn't raining, but it was misty and claggy, and it was quite breezy. It wasn't really cold. It just wasn't very pleasant at all. And I thought, oh, well, so I got out gun water and came straight back inside again. We're going to have to rename this channel. I think Tone is wild camping inside the tent the whole time. But it really wasn't very nice out. I will be quite pleased when we get into the spring and we actually have some nice weather to camp, because I don't know, when did I camp in the Lake District? It was like October was the first time, and then September was the first time I went to the Lake District, wasn't it? September. Then I went back in October. Both of those trips were pretty awful weather. I mean, shockingly awful weather. Most of the trips that I've done down to Dartmoor in those times have been similarly not very nice. So my last probably decent weather camp was August. I mean, I know obviously once you get into September through winter, you're going to expect some bad weather when you go camping, but for God's sake, I've had September, October, November, December, January. Now we're into February. I've had literally 5 months, and I don't really think I've had a good settled bit of weather, even if it was a bit cold or frosty or something. And every camp I've done since September has been wet and windy. Tony's Wet and Windy Wild Camping channel, and the forecast for tonight, I think tonight's going to be okay, but we've got this storm Fred blogs coming in tomorrow. So up on Yes Tor, which is not a million miles away from here, I did see speeds of up to 80 miles per hour. We're reasonably sheltered and we're a bit lower down here, and now it's only showing speeds of about 60 odd up on Yes Tor. So and to be honest, they're tomorrow morning anyway, because during the day today it's strange really, because it's actually showing 33 mile per hour winds in Lidford, and Lidford is, well, I mean, it's just the other side of the road really. Okay, it's a few kilometers away because we have to walk here, but it's showing 33 to 39. There's not a puff of wind at the moment, and there wasn't all night. If you notice, I've got the vent open over there, and there wasn't a puff of wind, but yesterday I had that vent closed. I had the mesh part closed completely, and then the actual sort of the rain cover part I had closed about 90%, because it was so windy yesterday and rained a lot yesterday. The rain was actually just coming through that mesh vent. So it's showing winds of up to 30 to 40 miles per hour today, and tonight it eases off again, and then around about midnight, that's when I mean, Jesus, I mean, just down in Lidford, I'll take a screenshot, which is in the town, well, it's a town, the village, it's probably like a hamlet, probably like one house or something. It's showing 3 o'clock in the morning, gusts of up to 67 miles per hour. My eyes, bloody hell. Hang on, wait till you see this. This is Lidford, this is Lidford. Gee, flaming hell. This is Lidford, and it's showing at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, gusts of up to 92 miles an hour. That's not even Yes Tor, that is Lidford. That's Lidford, that's not even Yes Tor. That's going to be that's going to be fun. Yes Tor is showing speeds, oh, bizarrely, oh, about the same really. Yes Tor is showing speeds of, that's showing speeds, I'll take a screenshot of that as well so we can add that to this picture. But Yes Tor is showing speeds tomorrow morning of up to 90 odd miles per hour too. Packing away is going to be fun. It eases off a bit, but not much. It's a bloody windy old day tomorrow for packing up and heading back to the car. Bloody hell. Oh well, that's the plan, so we'll stick it out. And I've got my tea, so I'm going to carry on with this tea. Anyway, at least we've got a good tent for weather like that. Anyway, I think with everything else I've got, only the Trail Star would be up to that type of wind. But even this is going to be, could be an interesting midnight and into the morning. Anyway, we'll catch you up later on. Okay, well, we're outside. It's just gone 9:30. I thought I had to pop outside for my morning crap, as they say. You kind of get used to having to do that out here. It's not I must admit, of everything that you have to do outside, I think having to take having to do your poops is probably not my favourite thing to do, but it's fine. I'm always, even when you're in the middle of nowhere and there's literally nothing around, the chances of someone popping along is relatively slim to almost non-existent. I've always got at the back of my mind, testing, that someone's going to pop their head up or something like that. It's definitely a bit on the parky side. I'm not going to stay out for too much longer now. Not in just my jumper anyway. My hands are starting to cool off. But this is the brook that's coming down close to camp. This is obviously another tin mining area. Of course, there's this old building down here which is falling apart. It'd be good if we had the TARDIS and we could go back in time 100 or 200 years ago to when they were mining for tin down here. Of course, Lassie has found her watering hole down there. She spent nearly the whole day yesterday in all that miserable wet weather outside. I got her inside once because I thought, well, you know, you can't stay outside in that wet weather. So I got her in, but of course she just wanted to go straight back outside again. She really is a silly dog. Anyway, so I'm going to duck back inside, I think, because it's I just grabbed some water, but it's really a bit on the cooler side out here. I mean, it's not freezing cold, but it is definitely quite nippy. My hands are cooling off a lot, but we haven't really seen so much of Lassie, so you can see her there. We've got this this big storm coming in. Well, I think it's more wind actually than rain, but we've got this big windy thing coming in. So what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to check all the pegging points here. They all look pretty secure. I think the only one that's I might just have another look at is this one down here, and a couple of the other ones I might just take out and re-peg. They've not really loosened, but they have shifted in the ground just a little bit, so I think that one I might readjust. But all the others, we had some pretty strong wind yesterday, but nothing like what's coming in, it has to be said. So we'll definitely be braced for that one. At least the worst of the wind is in the morning, so it's not you know, completely night time. Oh, I should take a photograph actually, shouldn't I? This is that old building. The old fireplace there, and maybe another fireplace there. So I guess they would have kept warm with two fires, although what they would have burnt out here, I don't know, because they would have had to have brought wood in, because there isn't any wood here. Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock, Shane. It's Shane o'clock in the afternoon. You can see that she's itching to go outside again. The rain had come down quite heavily earlier on, and I think she would have stayed outside, but I did call her and on this occasion she did come in, so she has partly dried off, but you can quite clearly see that she's itching to go out. So I think we will let her out. That's the only thing with this shelter, of course. You have to kind of open, and you kind of got to open and close the door so that she can come and go. I think she was barking at the barking at the farmer's dog. Anyway, I got her back in again. We really don't need her barking at the farmer. I saw the farmer drive past on his little four-wheelie, drivey, bikey thing just up above and around, sort of over that way and around, but I don't know where he's gone now. I heard it, he must have stopped over there, I can't see him. He must have seen me, when he was over there. Can't really not have seen me down here, but they can't move me on anyway. I was just thinking, well, I was a little bit concerned, because I kind of like thinking, well, because obviously this weather's coming in tonight, whether they'd have come down and said, do you know Mr. Hobbs? I assume because I'm so famous, they'd all know it's Mr. Hobbs. Although given it's a Hilleberg, they probably might think, what the hell was that? It's an imposter. You can settle down, Lassie, a minute. You don't have to be going outside every 2 minutes. But anyway, he carried on around. It's gone out anyway. And didn't stop. I don't think they will, because you're allowed to camp here anyway. This is the only place in England where you can, you know, technically speaking, legally camp, and I don't think they're going to be, it's not the farmer's position to be moving people on. And when you're, you know, when you are allowed to camp here, it's not their responsibility to tell you where you can or can't camp, or that there's a oh, let's see, or that there's bad weather coming in. Oh, where are you? Oop. I have oh, let's see. Oh, see. Oh. Oh, let's see, you are funny. You're only coming over here because it's cupboard love, isn't it? That's all it is. It's just cupboard love. You're just here. Okay? You're just here. Anyway, the only reason that you're even this close, Lassie, is because you're not actually soaking wet at the moment. And why are you not soaking wet? Because I got you inside for a few minutes, give you a chance to dry off. And of course you were so intent on barking at the farmer's dog that you forgot to go splashing. Because that's the only reason you didn't go splashing, because it was more interesting to have a bark. Okay, well, I've been around the Nammajt 3 GT. There's a little bit of rain starting to come in, but I've extra pegged, put an extra peg in that line there. That peg is in pretty secure, and I've put an extra peg in there just to give some extra support there. I've also put a stone on top here, plus run another line down to here, so there's a secondary line on that one, and this one I've put a stone on there. I didn't bother running a line off because that peg is in good and proper there, and I've checked all of the other pegs around here and they're all in pretty well. This is the only one here that I couldn't get in, so well, but it's literally just one out of the whole lot, so I don't think that's going to, that can't, when I try and lift it, it won't lift anyway. I can't lift it, it won't move. I've put another peg in here to secure that one. That's pegged down tight. And then I've double checked everything around the back. And these are in good and tight as well. So everything is battened down very, very securely and nice and tight for this much vaunted hurricane that's supposed to be heading our way. But at this moment in time, there's not even a puff of air down here. It's just barely a breeze at the moment, but we are in a little bit of a gully down here. We haven't been so stupid as to pitch at the very, very top of a mountain in 90 miles an hour or 100 mile an hour breezes. It's pretty sheltered around here. We've got this can't really see it so well in this light, but there's this protective ridge that runs all the way around, plus there's this building here right over there. We're right down in this gully thing, so it's quite well protected. And of course we don't have to have two guesses as to where the hound dog is. Back down by the water as usual. Actually, one thing I did do is I put the kettle on a moment ago. Let's go and have a quick look at that. Yes, just as I thought. Kettle is coming along quite nicely here. Right, what we've done here is we've pegged the weather station out. I've put the tripod on the lowest settings, so the legs are spread very, very wide. Pardon that. Can't beat spread legs. And I've pegged it down with 3 guy lines as well. So there's one guy line there, one guy line there, and then this one at the back as well. Can't get the pegs in quite so perfectly, but that is pegged in pretty securely, so hopefully that doesn't blow away in this much vaunted weather that we're due to get. I mean, at this moment in time, it's a very frightening 3-4 miles per hour. So hopefully we get a bit more hopefully we get a little bit more wind than that later on. This weather station has a memory function, so we will be able to check the memory later on. It's picking up a little bit. That's come up to 10 miles per hour, so there's a little bit of a breeze coming in there. So we'll kind of see how this goes. But that is pretty secure. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. One advantage of bringing spare pegs and lines with you. Okay, well, welcome to evening camp. My friend, who's in his Hilleberg Nammajt over there, just handed me his sea to summit so I know it's recording. Okay, well, I don't know what you can see from this camera here, but we'll kind of see. But ooh, let's see if you can open this thing. Gave me this sea to summit meal, so I've just boiled up my water, and ooh, as Paul Messner keeps leaving his in, we'll remember to take ours out. So 350 ml of water has to go into that, and we have just prepared said water. I think I may have done a bit too much water. I always overdo the water in these packets, and we'll see how it goes. We'll leave it for a good 15 minutes, I think. My experience is these things always need plenty of time to rehydrate, so we'll see you all in a minute. Okay, looking inside. It smells fishy, which makes sense given that it's salmon flavour. Hope you can see that. I probably made it a bit too watery. That's not bad actually. It's different from those pastas I keep eating. And it's hot enough after 15 minutes. It's not roasting hot, but it's certainly warm enough. Well, that went down a treat. All gone. Oh, yeah, that wasn't bad actually. Salmon and broccoli pasta. That was quite pleasant. Thank you. Very enjoyable. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Something a bit different, wasn't it? Alright, well, I'm going to get back to my film now. I'll see you all again later.